Hello everyone, my name's John. Thanks for joining me on StubbleMeetsSteel. I thought I'd finish up the aluminum razor series with a pretty famous razor that's been around for quite a while, the Razorock Lupo aluminum, and a new one that's come out. This is the off of AliExpress by Shield Razors. This is his DE razor. He does make it in two different variants, and this particular one is the 1.15 gap, and it has a 0.05 exposure. And I know what you're thinking, wow, that sounds insane. Why would you want to shave with that? Well, that's also why I wanted to kind of do this particular review, is the results may surprise you. You know, even though it has a positive exposure and that gap, let's get into it and you'll see that maybe the numbers don't really mean all that much, because the Razorock Lupo aluminum is equivalent to the 0.58 stainless steel head. And, you know, this does have a little bit of a positive exposure. They don't give that measurement, but when I checked it with a straight edge across and, you know, feel wise, it's definitely a positive blade exposure. Weight-wise, they're pretty comparable. The Shield is a little bit lighter. It's 32 grams, and this one is, I'm sorry, it's 42 grams. This is the heavier one, and the Razorock Lupo is about 32 grams. Height-wise, they're about the same. They're right around that 3.75, 3.8 inches or so. With the Shield, you can get a couple different variations of the handles. They're all the same length, but they look a little bit different. They do affect the weight, and he gives you the different weight measurements. This is the aluminum one, obviously, hence the series, but he also offers it in brass, titanium, and you can get a couple different flavors of it. With the Razorock Lupo, you can get it in different colors, but there's no other options for handles or anything else like that. It has really big, pronounced lather channels, and you can't really see with the way that the handle's in there now, but it's kind of cool right where the handle goes in. I'll pull it off and show you. Try not to lose my favorite little O-ring that they give you here. But he's got the Shield logo embossed in the bottom there. I thought that was a kind of cool touch. Inside's very nice. It's anodized silver color. I asked him, you know, can you polish it out? And he said that raw aluminum will kind of get like a funky yellow look and stuff like that. He said it doesn't really polish out and stay that way looking nice. So I just left it as is. So let's get into it. Let's get going on the shave here. For blades, I've got the Gillette 7 o'clock sharp edge, the yellow ones. For soap today, I'm using PAA's. This is their classic bay rum scent. It's a vegan soap, as most people would know. Got it lathered up in my bowl here. I wanted to try it again with the bowl lather versus a face lather. Let's see if I liked it any better. Smells great, nice bay rum smell. It is a unique smell because it doesn't have any clove in it, but it's definitely still a bay rum. I wanted to kind of see what that experience was like, because I had always tried ones that had more of a clove to it. I personally like the clove. You comment down below, are you team clove or team no clove? I know it irritates some people's face, but it doesn't bother my face, even though I do get fragrance burn from some soaps. But cinnamon and clove in soaps doesn't seem to bother my face, oddly. But anyways, I personally like the clove bay rums as well, so I wanted to check this one out. All right. I put a lot of water in this. It seems like it could still even take more. Thirsty soap. Feels nice and slick. Get the shave towel here. All right, let's go this side on the Shield D. I haven't used this in a while, so let's see how this goes. Very smooth, felt good. Rinses it out very easily. Well, I did it again. I have a whole bunch of blades that I don't know how many shaves are on. So I wanted to keep everything apples to apples, so I made sure I got fresh blades with these. I don't mind having a blade that I got to pitch mid-shave on my own shaves. But I also didn't want it to be unfair. One razor that's clapped out at the end of its life and one has one shave on it or something, so I wanted to keep them as even as we could. Right off the bat, definitely more blade feel on the Lupo. Shield D had less blade feel, felt much smoother. I was really quite torn what razors to compare next, or what I really wanted to include this Shield DE razor in the aluminum series. And I thought about it and I thought about it. And you know, the blade gap numbers, I thought, well, if somebody's looking at those blade gap numbers, maybe they'd be looking at different razors. Should I compare it to the Bison? Because that had a 0.70. Should I compare it to the above the tie SB90? Because that has a 90 blade gap. Should I just go off a blade gap? So I thought about it and I thought about it and I decided on these two razors off of one or two main criteria, that they were both aluminum, obviously, but I thought price-wise was a good motivating factor. And you could say, oh, I could include the timeless aluminum because that's only 50 bucks. And I thought of that too, and that'd be a good comparison. But I thought that these ones are even closer because even with the price jump, when I bought this Razorock Lupo, it was $29.99. Now it's $39.99. But for somebody looking, and if price was a big factor, maybe that $50 jump to go into the timeless plus shipping might be out of their price budget, whereas the Shield DE comes to your door for $35 plus tax. And then the Razorock Lupo, I think a few vendors you can get it for that $39.99 with shipping. So I thought this would be a little bit of a better matchup based off of price. But again, the timeless would be a great matchup as well. So let's see how the Shield does compared to the Lupo first. And if everybody wants, I can do one more video of comparing the Shield DE to the timeless or the Bison. Feels very safe and forgiving right there on the Adam's apple. It didn't feel like it wanted to bite me. Felt very nice. I did notice, and I don't know if I just didn't notice it when I bought this, but I noticed when looking up the specs on the blade exposure for this video, that they now offer the Shield DE in a 0.95 blade gap instead of the 1.15 that this one is. Lupo felt nice there. It's weird, the Lupo only bothers me on this side of my neck, not this side for whatever reason. The hair must grow a tiny bit different direction or something, I assume. Makes it bite a little more. Man down. Well, the bowl lathering seemed to liven up the cushion of the PAA more than the face lathering did. I'll give it that. I do like the smell. It is a nice bay rum. This is extremely smooth, I will say that for sure. And I do like this particular shaped handle. Your fingers do kind of fall right into those grooves there, which makes it really nice. I have this other one on my Shield gem one, and I don't like it quite as much. Without those grooves and stuff on there, I definitely find this one more slippery. So I would definitely say I do prefer this handle over this one. Again, more blade feel on the Lupo for sure. Manageable though, it's not over the top at all. It's right there on my comfort level. It's not there where it's on the edge of it, as far as, I don't wish there was a lot less. I wouldn't want to drop any of the efficiency, but I definitely wouldn't want any more. That'd be a better way to say it. I know they make the other Lupo heads that you can get in the stainless steel variant. My buddy loves his. I think he's got the 0.95 and maybe even the 105. I can't remember now. But he can shave with anything, so I'd be curious how much more blade feel there is with some of the other Lupo ones. I'd give them a try. But I'm not about to go out and buy one to try it, because I'm more than happy with the efficiency of this one. Okay, feel nice there. The Shield is definitely smoother though, definitely less blade feel. So it just depends on what you're looking for there. Let's see how they compare up at the end of the shave efficiency wise. So I asked in my last comments, but I also asked it on a Facebook group I'm on, when you guys bowl lather, do you splay your brush or do you use the tips mostly to kind of whip it up? And I got, you know, a lot of different responses. Everybody kind of does something a little bit different, and it seemed like, I don't know if there's really a wrong way to do it. Obviously, you just don't want to massacre the brush into the bottom of the bowl. But to that, I would say, duh. But yeah, I was just curious if everybody splays, because some people say, oh, you're not supposed to splay your brush when bowl lathering, that it'll ruin the tips, or not ruin the tips, but ruin the, you know, bristles. I don't know, seeing what everybody thought. I mean, I don't have any $200 brushes anyway, so I don't know. It's $16, $20 brush, whatever, just get a new one. But on the flip side, I wouldn't want to be wearing them out every 3 months either. Yeah, this is exceptionally smooth. Very nice. All right, let's spray down and compare here. Wow, that shield, there's nothing here. There's like the tiniest bit. I have to search for it. There's so little. Maybe right there, there's a tiny bit on my jawline. There's a little bit more pickup here on the Lupo side. That's surprising. I really thought that the Lupo was gonna clean house here, to be honest with you. All right. Yeah, that shield side was really close to being BBS without any pickup there. That's really, really rare for me. All right, let me get cleaned up a little more. I'll be right back. All right, got my witch hazel on for my splash. Choices. Well, I think I'll get exciting here, and I'm gonna mix two. So I've got Vanillé Bay Rum, and then I've also got some Sterling Bay Rum, and I like the heavy clove that the Sterling one has, so I'm gonna mix those two for my splash. So, back to the razors. What did I think of the Shield DE versus Lupo? Well, I gotta say, this was somewhat of a loaded shave for me. Honestly, I thought that this wasn't gonna be efficient enough, and I know you might think, well, the blade gap and everything, why would you think that? Just shaving with it before, I don't know if I've just not paired it with a sharp blade before. Those sharp edge Gillettes are my favorite sharp blade. They don't give me any irritation, but they're definitely way up there on the sharpness scale for me, and they don't bother my neck or any place else like some of the Feathers and other sharp blades like Kai and other ones that I've tried. Those are just rough, and I just didn't get along with them. Anyways, with this, like I said, that was almost the closest to I've had in a 3-pass shave with no pickups on a DE razor that I think I've ever had. As far as how smooth especially it is right here on my neck for against the grain, absolutely fantastic. I would go as to say that this is probably one of the smoothest DEs that I've used in a long time. If you like lower blade feel DEs, man, this is absolutely fantastic. Really, really smooth. Big boss lather channels. You can pick 3 or 4 different handles, and you know, if you like aluminum, awesome. And like I mentioned before, he does also offer it, and that was the other one, how could I forget? He makes it in stainless, in brass, in the aluminum, and when he offers it, he also offers it in titanium with a Cerakote, which they usually use in firearm finish. Really cool. I have a Cerakoted barrel on a Walther PPQ that I've got, and it's definitely more impervious to the elements. It rinses off like super easy. You just like run it under water or under a cleaner, and it just comes right off. You know, the Lupo I do enjoy. As I mentioned before in some other videos, I wish that the handle on the Lupo had more grip to it. It didn't fall out of my hand or anything. I just don't love it, simply put. But comparatively, I definitely like the lines here better. In the handle choice would definitely go to the Shield. Price-wise, this is 35 bucks, you know, pretty awesome that you can choose your different handles. He sends it in this cool little plastic case, and then he also, I don't want to take the blades off there, but he gives you a little blade bank. And he did ship some weird blades. Let me grab them real quick if I can find them. Yeah, there they are. She shipped those, and you know, I've got so many blades that I need to try. I just haven't got around to it, but I don't know if those are any good or not. I've never even heard of them before, so I'd be curious. So what do I think? You know, boy, I'd have to say from my personal preference, I like this Shield DE quite a bit better. It's smoother for sure on the against the grain pass on my neck, and a little bit less blade feel, you know, in every aspect. And for me, I like that sometimes for those autopilot shaves and stuff like that. But yeah, this is a really great razor, really impressive for sure. Definitely one of my top DEs for that smooth autopilot shave that packs enough efficiency. I don't have to babysit around my Adam's apple and pay super close attention, but definitely gets it done. And yeah, I definitely enjoy this handle, and yeah, the lightweight and the aluminum, super cool. So yeah, if you haven't checked out any of the Shield razors, they're only on AliExpress. He's also on Instagram, but you can't buy anything from there. I'll link his store in the info so you can check out what he's currently got. I know I'm dying for his brass AC bladed razor, the single edge. It's not just, it's on back order right now. He said they're coming pretty soon. So if you see something on there, click on his thumbnail of whatever metal you want, like you're gonna click aluminum, titanium, stainless steel, whatever you want. And then you'll see there's little thumbnail pictures. And if you click on each one, you'll notice that the picture will change and it'll have different info, different blade gap, the handle picture will change. And that's how you select what razor you want and then click buy now or add to cart or whatever. If you see one and it's kind of like shadowed out, obviously he's out of stock on those. He does his best to keep up, but they just keep selling out, which good for him. They're great razors. So there you go. I hope you liked my review. And if there's any other ones that you wanted to see me compare this Shield DE to, if you want me to jump totally out of the spectrum and we could compare it to like a Razorock Game Changer 68, or we can do an Edwin Jagger DE89 or something like that. If you want to see a comparison shave like that, not necessarily aluminum to aluminum, but just razor to razor, throw me some comments. What does everybody want to see? All right, everybody, look forward to seeing you soon. Take care.